If I had to start from scratch today, I wouldn't do what I did 16 years ago, not even close, because I know what I know now. And look, I'm not saying I did it wrong. Back then, I figured it out. I built $1 million gym and I got my life back, but it took me way longer than it should have because I was doing things that didn't matter and ignoring the things that did. So if you're thinking about opening up a gym or you're in those first couple years and wondering if you're doing it right, this is everything I would do differently. The exact model, the exact offer, how I'd hire, the marketing plan from day one, the 90-day plan to profitability, all of it. Because here's what I see every single day working with thousands of gym owners. Most of you are building a business that will never set you free. You're building a job. It's a very expensive, very stressful job that you can't quit, you can't sell, and honestly, you can't escape.
Hello, cutie pie. One of us is in deep trouble.
I had a call recently with a guy. We'll call his name, let's call him Joe, okay? He's 58 years old, and he'd been crushing it for 30 years in his community. Everybody knows Joe. They love Joe at the grocery store. Everybody knows who he is, and he's still training clients every single morning at 5 a.m. He's working all day, and he's putting in those hours. And so not long ago, he called me, he said, Tim, I think I'm ready to retire, man. What do you think my business is worth? And I had to tell him something that broke my heart. I said, Joe, you don't have a business, man. You got a job, and nobody wants to buy your job.
It's a 1-year membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
Oh, God.
30 years. This guy worked for 30 years, and he has nothing. No sellable asset, no retirement plan, nothing. And that's brutal. But here's the good news. That's not going to be you because we're going to build something right from the start, the right way. Let's go. All right, first decision. What model are you going to run? And this is where most people screw themselves before they even open the doors. They think about what they want to do instead of what the market actually wants to buy, right? So like, I love CrossFit, so I'm opening a CrossFit gym. Or I love bodybuilding, so I'm going to do one-on-one training and contest prep. Look, guys, I get it. Passion's great, but here's the problem with that. Your passion doesn't pay you the rent. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. So if I'm starting today, I'm choosing semi-private training, period. One coach, 4 to 6 clients, everyone on their own customized program in a shared cost environment for the client. Not one-on-one, not large group classes, semi-private. Why? Well, let me show you the math because the math's everything, right? Okay, one-on-one training. Let's say you charge $100 per session. You pay the coach $30, you make $70 per hour, and the thing's delivered. You got great margins, right? Until you realize you cannot scale. You're always trading time for money, and then you run out of coaching hours, you run out of revenue, and that's the ceiling. You'll hit it fast. On the other hand, you got large group training. You can pack in 15 to 20 people in a class. Sounds great, right? But you're charging what, $150 a month, maybe $200 if you're lucky? Low price point, high volume model, which means you need a ton of members to make real money. And you know what high volume means? It means high churn, high marketing cost. You're constantly replacing people and you're on the hamster wheel. It's exhausting. All right, now let's jump into semi-private. Okay, this is where it gets good. Same coach, same hour, but instead of one person paying you $100 an hour, you got 6 people paying you about $50 each. That's $300 per hour, the same labor cost that you had before and triple the revenue. So do you see the math here, guys? And here's what kills me. Clients actually prefer it. They get a customized program and they're not doing the same workout as everybody else. They get accountability from training with other people and they're paying less than one-on-one, but getting way more value than a group class where the coach doesn't even know their name. See, semi-private, it's a win-win. I've been running semi-private for over a decade and my gym does over $1 million a year. It's got 30% net profit and it's not theory. It's how we print money in this industry. So if I'm starting today, that's the first decision I'm making. Semi-private training, done, moving on. All right, now let's talk offer and pricing. This is where I see people completely overthink it and confuse the hell out of their prospects. They got 6 membership options, 3 different pricing tiers, add-ons, packages, punch cards. It's like a damn restaurant menu at Cheesecake Factory. So if I'm opening today, I'm offering exactly 2 options. I'm keeping it so simple a 5th grader could explain it. Option 1, unlimited semi-private training. Ain't no commitment, lowest weekly price, no enrollment fee, but you're locked into 52 consecutive payments with no freezes and no pauses. Option 2, unlimited semi-private training with an open agreement. You can cancel anytime with a 7-day notice. You can freeze whenever you want, but you're paying about 30% more per week, and there's an enrollment fee up front. And that's it. 2 options. Why? Because it forces a decision. When you give people 6 options, they freeze up. Analysis by paralysis. They walk out saying, let me think about it, right? And when you give them two clear choices, they pick one right there at the consultation. And here's the key. Both are unlimited. I'm not selling session packages. I'm not doing a one-time-a-week membership, twice-a-week membership, none of that. It's going full boat unlimited. You know why? Because unlimited members are your best clients. They're not counting sessions and they're not asking about their missed sessions and if they roll over to the next month, and they're not nickel and diming you. They just train. They stay longer, they refer more, and they're worth way more over a lifetime. So two options, both unlimited, either an annual or an open, simple, clear, and easy to sell. Now, pricing. This is where gym owners get scared and undercharge themselves into poverty, right? They're afraid to ask what they're worth. If I'm opening a gym in 2026, I'm looking at my market and I'm pricing premium, not cheap, premium. And here's the funny thing about pricing. There's no strategic advantage for being second cheapest in the market. So either you're cheapest or you're the most expensive. I choose the most expensive. I'd probably be around $400 to $450 a month for the annual unlimited, and probably about $500 to $550 for the open, plus a $300 to $500 enrollment fee for the open option, right? So is that expensive? Depending, but yeah, is it worth it? Absolutely, because I'm delivering a premium service, customized programming, experienced coaches, unlimited access, real results, and that's what you're selling. And look, here's what most gym owners don't understand about pricing. When you price too low, you attract price shoppers, people that will leave you for the gym down the street that's $20 cheaper. They don't value what they do. They just want a cheaper option. When you price in the premium tier, you attract people who actually value what you do. They stay longer, they complain less, they refer more, and they're just better clients, period. But Tim, my market can't afford that. But yes, they can. You're just scared to ask. And I get it, guys. It feels uncomfortable, but trust me on this one, guys. Price, premium. You'll thank me later, okay? All right, let's keep going. Hiring your first coach. Oh man, this is where people screw it up so bad, right? They hire a buddy from the gym, right? Or they hire the cheapest person they can find, or they hire somebody that's got 17 certifications, but personality of a wet blanket, right? If I'm opening today, I'm hiring for culture fit and personality first, certifications and expertise later. And I mean that because here's the reality. I can teach somebody how to coach. I can teach them the programming. I can teach them our systems. What I can't teach is somebody not to be a jerk. I can't teach somebody to care about people, and I can't teach somebody to show up on time with energy and a smile on their face. You either have it or you don't.
This guy's either going to think, here's another kid with a fake ID, or here's McLovin, the 25-year-old Hawaiian organ donor. Okay, so what's it going to be?
I am McLovin.
So I'm using the DISC assessment in my hiring process. I'm looking for high I, which stands for influence, and high S, which stands for steadiness. These are people-oriented humans. They build relationships and they create trust. They make their clients feel seen and valued, and that's what matters in semi-private training. And here's my philosophy. Hire dreadfully slow, but fire fast. I'm not rushing to fill a position just because I need coverage on my Tuesday mornings. I'm going to take my time, have multiple interviews, have them take assessments, have them shadow sessions, check references, the whole thing. But if I hire wrong and it's not working the first 30 to 60 days, I got to cut them out. Because a bad coach just doesn't hurt the clients. They poison your whole culture. They make your good coaches worse. They're a cancer. Cut them out. Now pay. Now this is important. If I'm starting today, I'm paying a salary from day one, not a per session, not a per head, not an hourly where they only get paid when they're training, a salary, consistent paycheck every single week. Now, before we get into why, go ahead and like and subscribe. I pay them every week because I want my coaches to be more than just trainers. I want them writing content for our blog. I want them doing client outreach. I want them participating in marketing and doing our podcast. And I want them invested into the business, not just showing up to punch a clock. And I'm going to offer benefits too, if I can. Now, I like to do health insurance and pay time off. We do educational allowances for certifications because when you take care of your team, you take care of your clients. And when you treat them like they're replaceable, they'll act like they're replaceable. It's that simple. Salary-based pay with benefits, clear expectations, culture fit over certifications, and that's how I'm hiring. All right, marketing. This is the part that separates gyms that thrive from gyms that die. You can have the best model, the best offer, the best coaches, but if nobody knows you exist, you've really got nothing. If I'm opening today, here's what I'm doing from day one. And I mean day one. I'm not waiting for the word of mouth to take off. And I'm not waiting for my Instagram to take off. I'm turning on the marketing faucet immediately. Week one, I'm launching Google ads and Facebook ads at the same time. I'm spending real money, at least $1,500 a month. And probably, if being honest, in the grand opening time, I'm going to be $3,000 to $5,000 easy per month. So I know what you're thinking, Tim, I don't have that kind of money to blow on ads. Here's my answer. You don't have money not to spend on ads. Look, I was working with a gym owner in Texas last year. He said, Tim, I can't afford to spend more money on marketing because I'm already spending about $1,500 and it's killing me. So I asked him, what's your ROAS? And he looked at me like I was speaking a different language. He had no idea what I was talking about. But when we got into it, it turns out that every dollar that he was spending on ads, he was making back $3 in the first 30 days.
You serious, Clark?
And I said, dude, you should be spending as much as you possibly can. That's the holy grail. Spend and press the gas. So think about it this way. If I hand you $1 and you hand me back $3, how many times do you think I'm going to do that transaction? Like unlimited times, right? And that's what self-liquidating campaign is. You're literally printing money. It's like an ATM machine. But you can't just run marketing without tracking. And I'm tracking everything. Cost per lead, cost per show, cost per acquisition. And the most important KPI that I'm tracking is ROAS, return on ad spend. If my ROAS is 1 or higher in the first 30 days, I'm cranking up the budget. And if it's below 1, I'm going to tweak the offer and creative until it works. And here's the key, guys. I'm not running some BS 6-week challenge or free trial. You know why? Because free attracts freeloaders, people who show up for free stuff and disappear. I'm selling my actual membership from day one with a risk reversal. Something like, try us out for 14 days, and if you're not blown away, we'll cancel the agreement and you can move on. That's a real offer that gets real clients who convert to real members. And beyond paid ads, I'm also building my organic. See, I'm going to post on Instagram and Facebook every single day, not just workout videos, client success stories, educational content, behind the scenes stuff. I'm showing people what it's like to be a part of this gym. And I'm starting a referral program from day one. Every client who refers someone gets a free month of training. Simple, easy, clear, and easy to understand. And it compounds like crazy over time. So you've got paid ads, you got organic content, you got referrals. That's the engine. And it runs from the moment I open the doors. In fact, it runs from the moment before I open the doors. Now let's talk about the 90-day plan to profitability. Because if you're not profitable in 90 days, something's broken. Here's the reality, guys. You don't need 100 members to be profitable. You need the right members paying the right price with the right systems. That's it. So here's the roadmap. Month one, the goal should be 50 members. That's it, 50. If you can't get 50 people to sign up in your first month with the pre-sale on top of it, you either have a bad location, a bad offer, or bad marketing. 50 members at an average of $300 a month, that's about $15,000 in recurring revenue. Is that profitable? Probably, but maybe not. But it's a start. And here's what else I'm doing in month one. I'm documenting my SOPs, how we onboard, how we structure sessions, how we handle billing, how we answer the phone, everything. So why now? Because if I don't do it now, I'll be stuck training the same things over and over to every new hire, and I'll never be able to step away. Month two, the goal here is about 70 members. So that's 20 new signups. And now I'm actually about 21,000 recurring revenue. And I'm dialing in my systems, I'm refining my sales process, I'm tweaking my marketing, and I'm getting feedback from my first 50 clients, and I'm making adjustments. All right, month three, my goal now is about 100 total members. I'm at about $30,000 in recurring revenue, and my base operating expenses might be around $18,000 to $25,000 in rent, utilities, payroll for a coach, and marketing software. And I'm now profitable. I'm not rich, but I'm profitable. And that's the goal, profitability in 90 days. And here's the metric I'm watching like a hawk every single day. It's called the delta. Now, I'm going to die on this hill. Delta is everything. Your delta is your monthly growth or decay of a recurring revenue. New signups minus your cancellations, plus upgrades, minus downgrades, minus freezes, and plus unfreezes in real time. If my delta is positive every month, I'm growing, period. End of story. I don't care about the member count. I don't care about the revenue per member. I don't care about attrition rate or show up percentage or any of that other stuff. All I care about is one thing. Is my delta positive? Because if it's positive, you're winning. And if it's not, I'm building a hamster wheel. And here's why this number is so dang important. It's in real time. This isn't like a P&L where you're looking at what happened last month and the data's already old. In our coaching programs, we even have patches. We call them the Delta Tracker patches. People get them when the recurring revenue is higher than their base operating expense. And if you should see these gym owners when they hit it, it's like the best feeling in the world. They slap it on their backpacks and they're rocking the Delta patch. When you wake up knowing you don't have to make a sale this month and your bill's already paid, that's true freedom. It's clarity. And that's what you're building, okay? A 90-day plan, 50 members month 1, 30 members month 2, 100 members by month 3, Delta positive, and profitable by day 90. Done. Now, let me tell you what I'm not doing if I'm opening today, because this is just as important, okay? I'm not trying to be everything to everybody. I see this all the time, guys. Gym owners opening with group classes and one-on-one and nutrition coaching and online coaching, supplement line, recovery services, and massage therapy. It's like they're trying to be a dang country club. Stop it, guys. Do one thing really, really well. Do semi-private well. That's it. I'm not going to run challenges or 6-week transformations or gimmicky promotions. You want to know why? Because those attract the wrong clients. Short-term thinkers who show up for the challenge, lose some water weight, and then they disappear. It's over. I'm selling my core memberships from day one. Real offer, real clients. On top of that, guys, I'm probably not going to hire a bunch of coaches right away. Look, guys, I get it. You're excited and you want to build a team, but you need to slow down. Start with one great coach and yourself if needed. You're only hiring a coach number 2 when coach number 1 is fully booked. Not the, oh, I'll document everything once I get some clients. No, wrong. You're documenting everything from day 1. Because if you don't, you'll be stuck in the trenches forever. Trust me on this one. And I'm not going to buy all that fancy equipment from day 1, like all the beautiful Rogue racks, assault bikes, Concept 2 rowers, all that sexy stuff. You know what you really need? You need some racks, some barbells, dumbbells, turf. That's it. I can add the fancy toys later when the revenue supports it. Most gym owners fail because they try to do too much too fast. They open them with 6 services. They hire 3 coaches. They buy $500,000 worth of equipment, and they're underwater before they even get their first member. Don't be that person. If I'm opening today, I'm going to try to stay a little bit leaner. I'm focused. I'm profitable in 90 days. And I know what some of you guys are sitting there thinking. You're saying, yeah, Tim, but you got experience. You know what you're doing. It's different for you. Let me tell you something. I've worked with gym owners who've opened their first location and hit profitability in 60 days using the exact model. 0 experience. They just followed the blueprint. I've got a client right now in our Iron Circle, TJ and Jess. They were first-time gym owners. They'd never run a business in their life. They opened up in Washington and hit $50,000 in recurring revenue in their first year. Their first year, guys, that took me forever when I first opened. And they were using this exact model. And you know what they told me? They said, Tim, I didn't know what I was doing. I just did what you said. That's not them being humble. That's them being honest. And they just followed the system and it worked. It's not about experience. It's about having the right model, the right systems, and the right mindset from day 1. And you know what the difference between the gyms that thrive and the gym that dies in year 2? It's systems. That's it. The gym that thrives, systems for lead generation, systems for sales, systems for service delivery, systems for team management, systems for tracking growth. Everything runs whether they're there or not. The gym that dies, no systems, winging it, shooting from the hip, hope and hustle. Owner does everything. They're training clients at 5 a.m., running consultations at noon, answering emails at night, and wondering why they're exhausted and broke. That's a job, not a business. If I'm opening a gym today, I'm building a business that serves me, not a job that owns me. And everything I just walked you through, the model, the offer, the pricing, the hiring, the marketing, the 90-day plan, that's how you do it, okay? Semi-private training, 2 unlimited options, premium pricing, hire slow for culture fit, salary-based pay, paid ads from day 1, profitable in 90 days. Track the delta like your life depends on it, because honestly, your business does.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
And that's the blueprint. That's what I would do if I started today. And if you follow it, you won't be Joe at 58 with nothing to show for 30 years of work. You'll be the gym owner that built something real, something sellable, something that gives you freedom. This works, guys. I've seen it hundreds of times. Single location studios or people opening their 2nd and 3rd locations. It's not theory, guys. It's proven. If you want to see how I'd build the entire marketing funnel from ad appointment to paying member, that's our next video. Stop building a job. Start building a business. Get the blueprint, get profitable, get your life back, and I'll see you on the next one.